picture this scenario. You meet up unexpectedly with a friend for lunch. You have lunch, and as it turns out, they say, hey, they're running at Aqueduct today. Yeah, do you want to head out over there after lunch and check out some races? Now, you didn't expect to play the races that day, and you didn't look at the forms, nothing. So you say, yeah, sure, yeah, let's head over there. So you head over there and pick up the racing form, and it's like 8 minutes to post before the next race. And it's like, what are you going to do? How do you address it? Well, that's a scenario today. We're here at Churchill Downs looking at this. The 5th race is coming up. I just got the data. I haven't looked at the race yet. How do you address this? Hopefully you looked at the races in advance, right? And handicapped the card, before you even go to the track or play at home. But what happens if you last second and you don't know what's going on, and you don't know the horses, and you just bought the racing form, and you're going to sit down, and there's 8-9 minutes to post? Well, we're here at Churchill Downs, race 5 right now, and I'm in that same scenario. I didn't expect to be playing today, so I looked nothing over, and let's jump in because we're heading towards the 5th race. So let's get it done here, and and this is going to be, today is going to be a perfect example. 5th race through 10. I'll grind it out. I'm going to knock it down, how to address the races if you play it this way. Okay, let's see. How many minutes to post? 10 minutes to post. Okay, race 5. The surface is muddy. We have 10 horses, and there are no scratches. What do you look for in this situation? Well, here's what I'm going to do. Before I even look at it, I have not looked at the data. What I'm going to be looking for is this. I'm going to be looking for an early pace horse, someone who could run, to be involved. I don't want to be waiting around for a horse to show up that never shows up. I want somebody who's going to be involved early. Be involved early, preferably the prevailing speed. And something else I'll look for, of course, solid speed figures, horses that can perform on the surface today. Today, the surface is muddy. Okay, I'm looking for that. And I'm looking for also somebody maybe who is a tremendous closer under today's conditions, middle of the road horses, pressing types, early to pressing. I'm looking for somebody who also runs well under the conditions and hopefully at this track. So let's get started. Let's look at the speed figures. Now, what am I using here today to look at this? I'll show you here. My main source of data today is going to be the thoroughgraph figures. So I'm not fucking around. I'm going after a horse that can jump out front. That's race 4. So what I'm going to do is jump down to the pace charts and see what horses in this 5th race. Now, the 5th race, a horse that can get out front. Okay. Is there one? Lasting Legacy. Now, this is a 1 16th on dirt, maiden claiming race. So, I'm there. Lasting Legacy. He's run once and he seems to have the pace, but does he have the distance? Probably not. Well, he ran 6.5 furlongs. Axel Concepcion maintains the mount. Who else might have a front running pattern? I'm looking for a horse that goes to the front, and you can see that, over here where they usually are in the first call. It's under the PP column to the right where they usually are on the first call. And Lasting Legacy, he's not really a front running type, but he might grab the lead, based on his style. Okay. And based on his one run. So let's go and look at the numbers. We're going right after it here. Okay. Race 5. Okay. 1 16th. What I want is horses that at least have done the distance. Lasting legacy. Jordan Blair, Axel Concepcion came in third at Churchill Downs. And, ran okay, ran third, 3 1/4 back, brushed early, mid-pack, advanced, caught. Okay, let's go further. Now, what's jumping out at me here as we approach post time is this. I could throw out the 6, no scratches, 5 very solid numbers, has never run on dirt. Robert Medina, Tyler Gaffleon, who's 19% at Churchill Downs. Okay, so this one has very consistent numbers and is curving forward and moving forward. 5 is going to be a player. 4 I don't like. 3 Circuit Baker, off slow, up for place late. 3. What I don't like about the 3 is this one put up a slow number at route distance. Same with 2. 1 I certainly can't use. Been trying to break through forever and can't seem to get that win. So I see 5. 8 ran a really big number on an off track. The track was listed as good and finally ran a very solid number. Trainer Aaron Shorter at Churchill, only 5 positions. 192 races, only has, oh God, win percentage 5%, in the money 33%. Finally got in the money last time. Now you got a new trainer, removing bandages. First race. Aaron Short is 13% with a 2.01 ROI when first time with the team. So 8 has to be considered. 9, 10. Okay, let's look at the odds, minutes to post. 8, you're getting a good price, 14 to 1. 9, 13 to 1. 10, the 5 is taking money. Now, I want to go back and look at Circuit Breaker. Let's get this done here. I got to look at this 3. All right. And the 5 is always around and dropping. Pressure is on. Who's going to win this race? I see Private Show as having a very solid number, has run at Oaklawn. Ben Curtis, let me look at 10. Private Show not taking money. And that 5 horse is taking all sorts of money. But never raced on a dirt track. Ugh. You're at dinner, and they say at the last second, let's go to the track. Wow. Deep end of the pool here. The 5's the obvious choice. Let me go back to the pace. 2 minutes, and I'll let you know if I'm going to go with this or I'm going to pass. Going back to the pace, stick with my guns. Okay. Wet track. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Here's my play. It kind of against my better judgment, but not entirely. Let me look at the breeding of lasting legacy and see what this horse can do as far as the distance goes. Connect. Trainer change from Dallas Stewart moving up. Axel Concepcion. Very good off-track rider. And here's my play. I'm just going to go very simple here. I'm going to go $10 to show, 20 to show on number 9. Okay, not the best numbers. And we'll get that out there. Race 5. Number 9 to show. I expect an improvement. Second time out. Others are faster by the speed figures. I'm looking for a pace horse. So let's get it done here. And they're heading towards the starting gate. I see we have some comments. Hey, Al, long legs, Diane. Hey, Diane, good luck today. Verdine, hey, coach, need some winner at Aqueduct. Oh, I didn't look at Aqueduct. Good luck, Verdine. Tony, did you see DRF prices going up to $13? 13? I remember I used to get it less than 5. No. Tony, that's outrageous. Yeah. I got 8, 9, 10 in the double. I think the 8 is a very good horse here. 8 can win. Repeat of the last race. And let's take a look here. They're getting in. I'm looking for the 9 to go. He's taking no money, dead on the board, but I'm looking for an early pace horse, especially on a muddy track. Kick the mud back at everyone else and hang on for third. That's all I'm looking for here. Otherwise, the main choices are, 5, circuit breaker. I don't like what he did last time he went around. 5, 8, 10, but I like 9 because of the early pace, and he better get out there. I don't want to see this horse running last. And they're off. Good luck, everybody. Enjoy the race. 10 cutting over, 9, 8, all the suspects. Now, look at that. That track is wet and, mud is flying. I didn't expect to see 9 running 6th place. And I didn't expect to see this 50-1 shot out front. Maybe that helps us and it sucks others along. Good luck, everybody. Happy, Sunday on this day of racing at Churchill Downs. What a wet weekend here we have I'm in New York and it's been pouring for 2 days. It's not the good Memorial Day weekend for barbecues or the beach or anything like that. I don't expect the 6 to last. Circuit Breaker, I could certainly see lasting, and 10 Private Show, and 7 Don's Last Ride. I don't see that. You know, the 9's starting to come up the rail. You know, maybe they save some of that speed for late. You know, we'll have to see. You know, it doesn't look good right now. You know, he's weaving through horses and getting blocked. You know, fuck you. Okay. That's okay. You know, 310 Circuit Breaker. He improved from his last route performance, 6-1. That 5 did absolutely zip. Thank heavens I didn't use him. And the 1 at 24-1, I never could have used. I think it was 10-3. All right. You know, that's what's going to happen here. Jockey on number 10, Ben Curtis. No complaints. Jeez. I think I got greedy with the 9 with the odds. And 10 was the obvious choice. Okay. For the bet I made, 10 was the obvious choice. I saw the 9 up there at high odds, and I saw the early pace. He showed no pace. I hate that when a horse does not run to the style that the form suggests from the previous performances. This horse is running 6th. I did not expect to see this horse running 6th, so that screwed up my plan. I should have went with the 10. But on to the next race. Long leg. Diane, thank you. 310. 3 won that race? That 310 exact is going to return this. And that 3 ran horrible at a route. 310, that's 39-1 odds. So you're talking like a $78, $79 exacta here. And 1 in third, you know, forget about it. Okay, on to race 6. Yep, and we're going to take a look at race 6, and we're going to step away for a minute. Holy smokes. On to the next race, no problem. Wow. Okay, we'll be back in a bit. Okay, on to race 6. I'm going to try something here, okay? And I don't suggest you do the same thing. You want to try and find a horse that's the winner, and that's the thing. What I'm going to do is this, okay? I dropped the first couple of races. I'm going to try something a little different here. This is my own strategy. I'm looking for horses that have early pace. They're running on the wet track at Churchill Downs. It's listed as muddy as of right now. I'm looking for 2 things. Now, if you're just joining us here, I let you know that I'm seeing these PPs for the first time when I'm playing. This is not the usual way that I play the races. I handicap the races in advance. But what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to go with key characteristics that I like, jockey, trainer. Like we have one of the entries here in this race, the 6th race. We have Cherie DeVoe, Derby winner, with her top jock on the 11, Jose Ortiz. That is going to be one of the ones included. What I'm going to do here is this. I'll take the loss if it happens. It's going to be a $1 exacta box with 5 horses. And we see some unexpected horses coming in. So, it's $20 for me. And I'm not saying you should play it that way, but that's the way I'm going to play it. I let you know what my bet's going to be. So let's take a look at this race. Okay. What are they about? 10 minutes to post. The one horse that's jumping out at me at long odds that does have some early speed and halfway decent numbers. Now, this race is off the turf, so this horse has never run on dirt, sloppy track, but he does have sloppy track breeding, and that's number 5, Markinkowski, 37-1 right now. So I'm going to use number 5 in this 5-horse exacta box. Now, this is not the way to really play, but that's the way I'll play when no one else is watching. I'll take shots like this, and sometimes they pay off. And let's look at the others. Let me bring up the pace figures so you can see who has the early pace. And I'm using Thorograph, and let's bring that up. Okay. So number 5, Markowski does have some pace, should be around. Number 11, that's the one that troubles me a bit, Core Memories, is going to be at the back, and it's going to have to come through. And, average is 25 and change for the opening quarter. That's slow. Well, Jose Ortiz, no stranger to making those late runs like he did with Golden Tempo. You can't leave that one out. So I'm going to have number 11 in there with the 5. Now, who are my other 3 horses? And right now, number 11 is on the board at 9-2, 5 at 37-1. Now it's going to come down to last curtain call, number 9. His odds right now, 9-1. Let me just see what he freaking looks at. Let me get this off the screen so, you don't have to bother with that. Okay. Now I'm looking at the figures. Certainly a player that, keeps moving forward. Did run on a sloppy track and finished 3rd at Ellis Park. All right. Okay, so 9, keep in mind. Number 6, Pretty Tappet. Irod Ortiz Jr. on the 6. And Irod Ortiz were replaced by Luis Saez. 6 is a player. I'll put 6 with a question mark. based that he has at least run on dirt before. Yeah, 5. Two has never started before, but we have a very good Polo Lobo, first-time trainer, first time out as a 3-year-old, maiden special weight. Number 2, he wins 21% with a 3.41 ROI out of Maglio d'Oro, and that one is scratched. Let's go to the 1. 6 minutes to post. I'm not overly impressed with the 1. Brendan Walsh, Tyler Gaffalione. Has been in the money 3 times out of Munings. Got to consider. So I already have 5 and 11. I'd be more inclined to use the 6 with Irod Ortiz since he has run on dirt. So now I'll include 6 in my. So I'm up 5, 6, 11. I have included in my 5-horse exacta box. Let's look at the odds. 4 minutes to post. 5, 6, 11. I'm going to go back and look at the pace charts again to see what number 1 looks like as far as the early pace. Now, I'm looking at these for the first time. You know, 1's going to be around. Yeah, he'll be running. Yeah, you know. So 5, 6, 11, 1. So now, you know, the question is 9 or 12. 9 last curtain call and 12 Blackwing. Okay, Blackwing is out, so 9 is definitely a player. Let's take a look at his PPs. 3 minutes. Blackwing. Okay, let's go to 9. Yeah. 9 has to be involved. Just by the numbers, the horse seems to be moving the right way. What are the odds on 9? 9 to 1. Okay, so 9 is 9 to 1. 1 is 3 to 1. 5 is 36 to 1. 6 is 6 to 1. And 11 is 5 to 1. Okay. You know, I think I can get this done here. So my pick is going to be this, and I'll put it in now. An exacta box with these 5. You're saying, Alan, you know, you fucking nuts. You know, this is piss poor handicapping. You're boxing 5 horses in an exacta. Well, yeah, maybe just to get my feet wet and hit something. And even if I win the exactor and I lose $5, let me see what goes down here. All right. 5 is 35 to 1. So I like that. 6 is 6 to 1. 9 is 8 to 1. And 11 is 5 to 1. So I think I have a good shot to at least recoup my $20 in this experimental race where, it's a sloppy track. They're off the turf. 1, 5, 6, 9, 11. All right. I don't suggest this kind of bet. I'm making this bet for myself. Who do I think is really dangerous? I think the 9 and the 1. They stand out. So let me show, who I'm betting here. And I put the bet in race 6. And this is not my usual bet, okay? I'm trying something. $20, $1 exacta box. And I'm using these 5 horses. And I think they all should be around. At least they have some kind of pace. Exacta box. And I'll make it clear here. I'm only putting $1 into this. 1, 5, 6, 9, 11. If I can't get the winner out of these 5, it tells me it's really tough. This is one of these races where we're just trying something, okay? So good luck, everybody. And the one I have my eye on that I want in this picture is number 5, Markinkowski. Open 20 to 1, now 38 to 1. He has the wet track breeding, and he has some speed that should be around at least. I don't have to sit back with these horses and hope that they show up in the picture later on. I want to see my horses, watch them for the first half of the race, not hope that they show up on the screen. Okay, good luck, everybody. Enjoy the race. And they're off. 11 we know is going to be a late runner. Jose Ortiz, Cherie DeVoe, and let's see. And the 5 is up there at 40 to 1, which I love. Irad Ortiz making his presence felt on the gray, number 6, Pretty Tappet, 7 to 1. And the 9 is there too. So far, so good. Good luck, everybody. May the best horse win. All right, they come off the turn for home. Oh, come on. Don't let this fucking guy through. All right, so I had my 4 horses there, all underneath. The 15 wins. Who the fuck is that? Immortalize. And no complaints. No complaints. You know, we took a shot. I had 1, 5, 6, 11 all there underneath the winner. You know. Okay, on to the next race. James, hey James, off the turf is hard, coach. Yeah, you good payouts. You know, this was the wrong race for a chalk to come in like this. What bullshit. Diane all over it. 6-1-11. Yeah, 6-1 wouldn't have paid much. You know, it was the 5 I was looking at there. All right. Okay, on to the next race. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, let me give you my pick four play here. And I don't have a second to talk about the horses, but I do like these. I think five is the standout in this race. I know the nine is taking money. He appears too slow. He has Irad Ortiz, and I'm not going to get sucked into that trap. If Ortiz beats me on the nine, he beats me. But here is my pick four play. Before I put that out there, I'm going to just look at the comments and see who's talking. Yeah, I'm Diane. I'm just hanging out. Yeah, that's a good thing. You can have fun as a fan, and I'm not going to judge it. But yeah, I hear you. Enjoy. On this Sunday, it's raining here in New York. I mean, what a dismal weather-wise Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully tomorrow is better. It's supposed to be in the afternoon for those cooking hot dogs and doing this shit. Yeah. It'll be a good day, at least better than the last 2 days. Yesterday was a disaster, rain all day. Today, rain all day. And now it's kind of stopping, but it's still cloudy and drizzling. So, it's not a day to be outdoors. And the temperatures are in the 50s. And so it's not a typical late May day. But, James, who do you got here? Race 7, 410. Well, I do have the 4 and 5. 410, exact try box, 4, 5, 8, 10. Yeah, I think you'll get it done there. And my top 2 picks are 4, 5, 8, 10. Certainly have merit. So good luck, James White, who does deliver big hits, and here when he joins us on the show. And I'm going to put my pick out there right now. And I put in the pick 4. And this pick 4, I played it for 50 cents and it cost $18. Okay. And that $18 can turn into about $1,000. And since you have so many combinations in here, you're not going to have to pay taxes on it. Race 7, pick 4 of 4, 5. I'm going against the 9. If he beats me, fuck you, Irad. You don't deserve it, but I'll accept it. You're a magician if you get it done here. 3, 5, 9. 3, 4, 11. $18 for 50 cents. Okay. That's how you want to play. Let's play. 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 9, 3, 4, 11. Close out this Saturday, Sunday in a big way. Dangerous to dump by Rod. I know it is, but you know what it is, James? His speed figures are much too slow. So Irad is going to have to overcome the horse and make him jump up much faster than he's run before. If he doesn't, hats off to him. I'm going to dump him in this case. So that's the deal there. Minutes to post, 3 minutes. Okay. I'll be back in a bit. Let's see what happens. One thing you'll notice here is this. I'm playing the races. I went in cold, okay? I didn't expect to be here. And it's kind of like you went to the track and you decided at the last second to go with your friends or maybe even yourself to go to the track and play the races, buy the racing form. You didn't look over the races in advance. And that's what I'm doing here. But somehow, well, this might be a demo video you want to go back and watch again. I came in cold and I still found the time to look over the races in advance and put together a pick four play, which I think is going to get it done today. And I feel very comfortable when I watch each of these races. I'm going to sit back, totally relaxed, and see if we get this done. And how many minutes to post? Let's do it here, folks. They're in the gate. Holy shit. I got here just in time. 4 and 5. I mean, 5 should win this race. All right. None of my horses are around. Well, the 4 is there. The 5's there. The 9 is there with our rod. If he beats me, he beats me. You know, that's how it goes sometimes. But I think we get it done here, especially with the 5. The 5 is faster than the 9, and so is the 4. But we have 7 is the speed, but 7 is getting pressed by the, this bomb here who is not fast enough. Here comes 5. 5 runs by them all. I think. Eight is closing well. 5. Oh my shit. Fuck you. Holy crap. What the fuck is this? Oh, come on, man. Don't do this. You know, this is dirty pool. Oh, no. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Michael Lauer and Christian Torres. Okay, we're just going to dial it right back. I'll give you my... Oh, my fucking God. What the hell is this? Excuse me. Come on, man. You know, ice water in the veins, that's one thing. But, you know, get real for a fucking change. I shouldn't even bet on the next race. You know, fuck you. And that's how it goes. Oh, my God. 6-5 favorite loses. Gets run down by 35-1 shot. Am I seeing correctly? What a joke. Oh. You know, is that how you treat your racing fans? At least be fair. Don't do this. 8-5-1. I taking the chance you were spot on, Coach. Yeah, that was some of my best handicapping, but I'll dial it back and I'll put in the pick 3 right now with the same fucking horses. Oh, I don't like to curse, but sometimes this is just so sick. Diane, it doesn't make a difference. That horse did not figure in this race. Of course, well, now at least the I Ride horse wasn't there. That one looked, the 8 did run a good race last race, at least by the third graph. And what do you do here? I'll dial it up and I'll go with my top. I'll go with a pick 3 here. Go from there, Race 8, pick 3. Four or 5 with 3, 5, 9. We'll throw in the okay. 8, 9, 10. I'm looking at the 9 and 10. I'm gonna nail this damn fucking thing down. Holy crap. Oh, and here's the new kicker. I can only play the pick 3 for $3. Holy shit. Yeah, Diane. Yeah, Al pick 3 is $3. That jockey is sneaky. He wins on bombs a lot. I mean, bomb. Yeah, yeah. You see this after the race, and thanks for pointing that out, James. You got to look for shit like this. Good exact. I got hosed on place and show for 8. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this now. I guess daily doubles. What am I doing? 5 is 1 to 5. Oh, shit. No, pass race for me. Okay. That is as screwed up as it comes, this last race. Back in a bit. Oh, my bro. Oh, my. Come on. Give me a break with this. Okay, let's go. Okay, here's my picks here. You know, 4/1, 2, 3, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 6/4. So I'll put that out here and let you know my picks. Exacta. (4/1, 2, 3, 6), going against the 5, moving up in class, and flip it. 1, 2, 3, 6/4. You know, let's not hope the chalk comes in again and screws us this way. You know, I think we have a legit chance to get this done, but you know, let's see what happens here. You know, the horses are walking around. You know, look at the stands at Churchill Downs. Nobody is there. Not even the stands, not even in the lower level seating area. There is no one there to be seen. All we need is one of these horses to come in. I think the 4 is going to be there. You know, the 1 has pace on his promise with Luis Saez, who's good on speed horses, has the rail inside 7-2, certainly can get it done. But the 4, has the muscle. The 5 goes good race, bad race, good race. And today, due for a bad race by its pattern, moving up in class. 3-5, undeserving 3-5. Jose Ortiz, he's a big part of it. Cherie DeVoe, she's the other big part of it now after winning the Kentucky Derby with Golden Tempo. So let's see what happens here. We got this. Watch out for that too. You know, we're getting some prices here. And don't give us the 3-5 shot coming in. You know, please don't do that. Not in this race. You know, this is the type of race, if you're going to give us a screwed up horse, do it in this race. You know, you fucked me over last race with that 8. Come on. 1, go to the lead. 4, run your fucking race. Let's do this. And they're off. Oh, God. 5 showing unexpected early speed with Jose Ortiz. Interesting. What's he now? 1-9? I'm just looking for the 4. You know, he's my key horse. 4 with anyone but the 5. 5 being myself, he's on the board at 1-2. Cherie DeVoe, the trainer. So, you know, of course, that horse is taking money, but really does not deserve it. And that horse is running out of his element. He's going to the front early. It's a different tactic for this horse. Oh my God, this 4 is doing fucking nothing. Come on, guys. All right, we got the 1 home. No sign of the 4. Oh, brother. Anna's Promise. Yeah, the speed, 4-1. The 5 hung around, give him credit. No sign of the 4. Yeah, that's telling me nothing is closing on this track. Not a mutter. Yeah, apparently not, James. 1-5. Diane, thanks for the update there. It's where's the 4? I could turn around and hammer something here. Let me think about that. Race 9 is going to be a good race. Great job by the 1 last race. Ran a great race. Anna's Promise. Luis Sias up. Gets it done at 4-1. What I'm thinking about doing is dropping anchor on this 9th race. I see this Fort Thomas horse as dangerous. Top Gun. Is that Top Gun with Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer? Val Kilmer talks about Tom Cruise. He goes, he's dangerous. He's dangerous. Val Kilmer. I heard Val Kilmer dated Cher. He's dangerous. James, is this race off turf? No, it stays on. They list the turf as good. Yeah, this is on the turf. So we can go after it here. I think the 11 is dangerous. Ashley's Archer, very big early speed. This one, but it's a mile and 3/8. Ashley's Archer. No, this one should be certainly a pace factor. Last race, Jose Ortiz rode the 11 and on turf at a mile and an eighth and went 22.64 for the opening quarter. And that should gain a sizable lead in this race. All right, we're going to step away here, reheat the coffee, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'll get my picks out here right now. An exacta box 3, 4, 5, 9, 12. I'm trying this. Let me get it out and exacta box. I'm trying this, okay? I think the 4 is a very interesting horse on the upswing. $1. I'm having fun with it right now. I'm not trying to make a lot of money. I'm just trying something. Why is this doing this? Okay. It's a $20 box. We got some bombs in there. And I think the 4, if I was going to bet a show horse at a price right now about 20-1, this horse is getting faster and faster and faster every single race. Who else? Hey, Coach, Sneaky is on the 1, but honestly, the races I saw were dirt and synth. Okay, thanks for the heads up, James. And James and Diane, 4 to 8, same trainer. All right. 4 minutes to the race. This is going to be a good race. This is one of the best races on the card, and it's the only turf race that remained on the turf. So take that, And it looks like the weather there is clearing up a bit. My 4 horse Kicking Clear, he would be my show horse. Keeps getting better. And right now, 20-1, he might not win, but might get in the money, You know what I mean? He's that kind of horse. Keeps improving. And as far as the speed figures go, right off Jerry, yeah, he's one you can, pound to win, pound to place. And he's the type of horse at 7-2, if he missed placing, you're ready to call the police because he should be there, okay? I'm kind of hunching on 4. I think the 4 will at least show. Now down to 18-1. The odds continue to drop on the 4. And the other one, number 11, Ashley's Archer, that's Mark Cassie and Jose Ortiz. This one has speed. I expect this one to try and be controlling the pace. But the thing is, he's going to have to come over from post 11. And my boy Tommy, very dangerous by the numbers. You're getting a good price for Eddie Keneally and Ben Curtis, who is really making noise here in America. Great turf rider. So I think 12. The thing is going to be this. To decide this race, is number 11 going to get questioned for the speed to the first turn? It's a 1 3/8. This is not really a speed contest when you go this kind of distance. But is number 11 going to get hampered, or is Jose Ortiz going to be loping on the lead on number 11? You know, as far as I'm concerned, I hope someone presses this horse. I don't want Jose to run away with 11 on the lead. You know, and Diane, the rail's 12 feet out. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, Diane. Diane always has her finger on the pulse of the race. And as you can see, I have this exacta box 3, 4, 5, 9, 12. You know, I'm leaving off a couple of key horses, but I think the 9 is very interesting, as is the 12 by the speed figures. And what speed figures? I'm using Thorograph, so I'm not effing around. You know, they're making their way to the track. Now, very quietly, the Mark Cassie Jose Ortiz horse, number 11, Ashley's Honor, has dipped down to 7-2. Now, it's going to have to cross over. It does have great early speed, and I expect Jose Ortiz to try and run 11 into the ground and, you know, ride or die. You know, it's going to be one of those type of races for the 11. And is there someone who can press him? I don't know. You know, Right Off Jerry looks very, very dangerous by the numbers. You know, Right Off Jerry, every time you see a horse with the name Jerry in it, it seems to be very formidable. And we have the Laszlo horse at number 2. Let's see. Good luck, everyone. Enjoy the race. You know, I'm looking for 4 to do something here at a big price, 23-1. At least hit the board. Okay, they're in the gate. They're off. And there goes, you know, the 11. No, that's number 8. Holy crap. There goes 11 going right after him. My 4 is doing absolutely nothing. You know, it's a long race. I hate watching a horse all the way in the back of the field. Eight playing the rabbit here, and look at 4. Holy shit. Give me a fucking break. What? You taking the day off? Eight winged way, King of Ashes. $111.38. Jerry wins a race. All right. What happened to the 4 there at the end? All right, I got the exacta for $1. You know, I don't know what that pays. A 5-to-1 over a 9-to-1. All right, yeah, that's going to pay something. And I got the double here. So I'll hit twice. You know, I'll take that and 3, 5, 12, 9. Geez, 4 of my horses, you know, you box those, you get the fucking try. You actually get the super. Three is a gray horse. Let's hang out and watch the payouts. I mean, this is kind of cool. You know, since I hit the daily double and the exacta here in this race. You know, isn't horse racing great when you call it right and nail it? It's, you know, it's fun. It's kind of like figuring out a puzzle, a crossword puzzle or something. But with horse racing, there's so many moving parts. You got to piece it together. You're like Sherlock Holmes and just getting it right, you know? The thing is, you want to get it right without throwing a ton of money into it and losing. You know, you have to be careful. Money management is a big part of this game. Okay, let's see what the payouts are. You know, I had 4 of these horses in my exacta. And so if you box them, you know, I gave 5. You box them, you get the super, you get the exacta, you get the trifecta. I had my 4 Thomas in there at 9. I went off 9-to-1, opened, 20-to-1? Yeah, I'm not just picking chalks. Give me some prices. You know, screw these people standing there. No, I'm just kidding. You know, it's a big deal to them. You know, they're in the winner's circle and they have that horse. This one guy is wearing this orange suit. Who the hell is this guy? The horse is a gray horse. I'm looking for prices. one race to go, and all of a sudden I hit the daily double and I hit the exacta in the ninth. And it's like, all it takes is one race. Turn the whole day around. Wow. Wow. Jump right back. Wow. Turn the whole day around. Exacta $138 and the double 42 only for $1. Suddenly we're up for the day. And that's the thing about horse racing. You can do this. You can snap right back and be in the game when it looks like you're down. So we have one race to go, and we're going to come back and go after it and really try and attack this race. I fucking love this, man. I love this. Oh my God, we fucking got this. We got this, man. We got, holy shit. Yeah. All right. Race 10 is off. I had my picks in there, 3, 4, 11. Let's see how they do. None of them around. I expect them to be there. Speed's been holding, though, here at this track. They're kind of ganging up late, but not really. Here's 3. There's 11. Can 11 get there? Yes. All right. So we end the day on a winning note with number 11. Holy shit. Am I seeing this correctly? A 20-1 shot gets it done. 3, 4, 11. Oh my God. Yes. 3, 4, 11. I gave out the try here. So, hey guys, do I have to fucking show it? Oh my God. I'm backing up the chat, so I can show these damn pics. Oh my God. 20-1. And this is a winning day. I just hit this fucking thing, and a winning day. And oh my God. Oh God. This is great. This is so great. It makes this Memorial Day weekend, a super experience, even though it's raining here. 11, 20-1 shot. Oh, yeah, exacta daily double last race. Oh, God. James White, have a safe Memorial Day. You too, James. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. A great day of racing. Have a great Sunday night. Great Memorial Day tomorrow. And, prayers to all the veterans. And let's get it done here. I'm not going to be back. I'm not doing a show tomorrow. At least a live show, Memorial Day. But today was a massive success.